Now Blender is a popular 3D creation software used by artists, animators and designers. To ensure the best performance when using Blender, it's important to have a computer system with the right hardware. In this video, we're going to be talking about Blender PC requirements. The processor or CPU is the critical component in a Blender workstation. It handles tasks such as modeling, animation, physics simulation and rendering. The fastest CPU for Blender depends on the specific workflow. Modeling and animation tasks are optimized for a single fast core, whereas rendering benefits from many cores. So if you will be doing a lot of fluid simulations or relying on CPU rendering, the fastest CPU currently is AMD's Threadripper 5995WX with 64 cores and support for up to 512 GB of RAM. Whew. Now for modeling and animation, the best option remains Intel's Core i9 13900K or 14900K paired with DDR5 RAM. High clock speeds have the greatest impact on modeling and animation, and more cores will speed up rendering and fluid simulations. Currently, AMD has a lead in rendering and other well-threaded workloads, while Intel offers better per-core clock speeds for modeling tasks. The video card or GPU is responsible for the display and the number of frames per second. Blender uses the GPU for built-in rendering engine. Currently, the fastest GPU is the RTX 4090. The amount of VRAM needed depends on the project's complexity and its final resolution. Running out of VRAM will result in performance decrease. So it's recommended to get a video card with slightly more onboard memory. Multiple GPUs can be utilized for rendering, but only one video card is used for displaying the content on your screen. NVIDIA cards have a significant performance lead over AMD in rendering due to optics and CUDA APIs. There is no specific need for a professional grade GPU, but Pro cards often come with more onboard memory, VRAM. Now when it comes to RAM, the amount of RAM needed depends on specific workflow. Blender itself can function in a system with only 16 GB of RAM as long as your projects are small. Larger projects will require up to 32 GB of memory. Another factor to consider is what other apps are being used alongside Blender. Many artists will have several high-end applications open at the same time and may require even 64 or even 128 GB of RAM. Now when it comes to storage, having both large and fast storage is highly advisable. We recommend having at least a 500 GB NVMe solid state drive for the OS and applications and another 1 to 2 TB of NVMe SSD for your project files. This should be enough for most users, but many artists who want another large drive for their material and reference libraries can go for a slower SATA SSD. If you want additional mass storage, backup or archival, an internal or external hard drive works well. A Blender workstation requires a fast processor, a powerful GPU, sufficient RAM and fast storage. The specific hardware depends on the specific workflow, but we recommend something of an i7 13700K, a GeForce 4080 and more of RAM and fast NVMe SSD. So if you're looking for more hardware recommendations, click here. We build and ship custom PCs across India with up to 3 years of doorstep warranties and lifetime technical support. We have 3 stores in Hyderabad, Gurgaon and Bangalore. Feel free to visit them or get in touch through a call for consultation. Check out our catalog of optimized Blender PC builds here. Thank you for watching. Alright bro.